Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, the moment you've all been waiting for. She's got class. She's got grace. She'll put you at ease, then challenge you to face your truth. She asks the questions you think and says the things you feel. Stay locked in. This is Juliet G, and you're tuned to Supreme Radio UK. Spilling the tea. Juliet G.
Morning, 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 depending on what part of the world you are tuning from. Morning, morning, morning. Morning has broken like the first dawning. I know last week some of you wanted special requests. You wanted a rewind selector. Okay, depending on what part of the world you are tuning in from right now, it's Rise and Smile time. Welcome to another exciting edition of Spilling the Tea to Juliet G. For the next 3 hours, all you have to do is stay tuned to your number one community radio station, Supreme Radio UK. No matter what part of the world you are tuning in from, north, south, east or west, let's not forget the surrounding counties or virtually anywhere in the world. Thank you for lending me your listening ears. It's your host, Juliet G, where I converse with real people and get them to spill that tea. And that's a T with a double E, and talk their truth. It's Saturday, the 20th day of June. And wow. We only have 10 days left for the month of June. Oh, am I excited? So excited. So many interesting things. But I have to keep it quiet for the meantime until I have been given the is it the red light or the green light? The red light, green light. Anyway, whatever light, it doesn't matter. If it's your birthday today, happy birthday to ya. Happy birthday to... Do you want me to sing it Nigerian style? Let me give you some... Nah, not today. Anyway, big up Mr. Gibbs for last night's brilliant show. He'll be back next Friday from 11 till 1 a.m. And I want to say a big thank you to my guest last week, psychotherapist Simone Stephen. We spoke about recapping the year so fast and reviewing, resetting, looking at one's mental and emotional well-being, plus much more. Now, if you've missed and would like to listen to the show, you can listen to the full show on Mixcloud. And guess what, people? Guess what? You can get me on the big screen. Yes, YouTube. Yes, just say to Alexa, YouTube, find Juliet J. Okay, spilling the tea. Oh, don't mind me, people. I'd like to thank my sponsors and supporters of my show, Supreme Management, Soul Gigs, Fine Boy Inc., Martin Winter of James Shoe Care in Barkingside, Ms. V, the therapist, SAS, Kevin Bennett, who's going to be on shortly, my big sister Son for our weekly prayers, Queen Messalina, Impactful Media, Get Well Soon, and Vows Everlasting Celebrant for your premium ceremonies. And on that note, it's time for prayer time. And I'm going to pass you on to my big sister Son, who's going to lead us in prayer.
Dear Lord God, Heavenly Father, thank you for giving us another opportunity to listen in to Spilling the Tea to Juliet G. And as I read this Thanksgiving prayer, dear Lord God, I lift Juliet G up to you, I lift her guest up to you, and I lift every listener up. Dear Lord, thank you for waking us up this morning and giving us the breath of life. I know that we've reached this day not by luck, but by your grace. Thank you for all the good things you have done for us. Today, I commit us to you. Please guide us every step. In this world that often seems grey, help us to live with a positive mindset. Let us hear your voice, follow your will, and may all that we do bring glory to you. May your hand lead us through this day. I pray this in the name of Jesus. So, dear Lord God, as I'd like to give a prayer of thanks, I lift this prayer up to you. I lift it up to you for Juliet G, for her guests, for her listeners, and for everybody that makes a contribution to bringing her program to you. So as I bring this short prayer to a close, dear Lord God, I'd like to say again, thank you for waking us all this morning and giving us the breath of life. In Jesus' name, I lift Juliet G up to you and I supersize this prayer. May your name be praised, glorified, and honored in all that we do. Amen.
I choose today. Tomorrow is not promised. Today is where everything is happening.
I speak it into the air. I see it before I hold it. My words are seeds, and the harvest is here. Watch it manifest. I wake up and I tell the sun, today you shine for me. I write my future in the stars for everyone to see. Nianje manita bibu. My mind is clean and pure. I know the things I'm asking for are coming, that's for sure. I know they pray for crumbs, I want the whole damn bakery. I'm manifesting wealth, no be juju or fakery. My visions ain't gonna play. I see the house, I see the car. I'm vibrating so high, I'm already a superstar. I talk on my guitar, me must to key. The universe is working just for me. Nikona imani, I know they doubt the flow. Everywhere I step, the blessings start to grow. Manifesting my dream life. Nisha say my itatoke. Manifesting my dream life. Kila baraka nitapoke. My words are power, my heart is the key. I'm living the life that was meant for me. Manifesting my dream life. The Kenyan girl is a magnet. I know they use my mouth to speak about the lack of pain. I only talk about the gold and all the coming rain. Manana umba, so I choose my words with care. I'm calling in the millions while I'm breathing in the air. The coca frequency I win. I know they getting low. I'm plotting all the greatness and I'm watching how we grow. I think my life is a prayer that was answered in the light. Everything is manifesting, everything is right. I am healthy, I am healthy, I am healthy, everything is mine. Visualize the wind, feel the golden heat. I'm walking on a path where the soul and spirit lead. Manifesting my dream life. Nisha sema itatoke. Manifesting my dream life. Kila baraka nitapoke. My words are power, my heart is the key. I'm living the life that was meant for me. Manifesting my dream life. The Kenyan girl is a magnet. It is done. Came here to see higher consciousness. You Kenyan girl, Ria.
Welcome back to Spilling the Tea to Juliet G on Supreme Radio UK. Now, if you are tuning in for the first time, welcome to Spilling the Tea on Supreme Radio UK. Morning, 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 Kevin B.
Oh my gosh.
Hey,
Yeah.
clap for yourself. Clap for yourself.
Oh my
Aye.
God.
Morning, Kevin.
Yeah. Good morning,
Do you know what?
Gigi.
I actually got a rewind. Somebody said to me, in fact, big up yourself, Lyndon. Thank you. He appreciates good talent. He knows talent when he hears it.
What did he rewind?
He said, okay, let me read what he said. Grand Rising. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Gosh. He said, Grand Rising Empress. What a singing voice. Hey! So I had to give him a rewind, you know. They say if you can't praise yourself, who else is gonna praise you? How are you,
Exactly.
Kevin? How are you? How are you this morning?
The proof.
I don't want you to tell me no lies, oh. Just talk the truth. That's all we're about on this radio station. Truth, no dares.
I I am so tired.
Okay,
Oh my.
what's happened?
Oh,
Come on,
Jesus
talk to
loves me to be
Auntie.
tired.
Tell
Hmm?
Auntie now. Come on. What happened?
No, it literally. I just couldn't sleep last night. I
Oh,
woke
is it
up
like
in the
that?
middle of the night and I just couldn't go. And when I say the middle of the night, I'm talking about 4 a.m. And I just couldn't go back to sleep. That was it. That was it. Game over. Couldn't go back to sleep. So yeah, I woke up 4 a.m. and then I think I fell asleep about 20 minutes ago. So
And then I woke you up.
and you woke me. I'm not gonna front. I'm not gonna lie. Yes, Jesus loves me. The Bible told me so. I am tired. But yeah, I'm good apart from that. I went to Ascot yesterday.
Did you?
Yes, ma'am.
Yesterday?
Yeah.
Or was it Ladies' Day?
No, I went yesterday.
Hold on, what was yesterday? Friday.
Yeah.
Okay. How was it?
I've really enjoyed myself.
Was that your first time?
Yeah, actually, yeah. It was my first time, yeah. I had to think if I've been before. But no, yeah. Yeah, my first time. It was good. I enjoyed myself.
Yeah, I've been.
Have you been? How did
Yeah.
you find it when you come?
The first time we went many moons ago, there was very few people of colour there. So it was an experience, and I went with my African attire. In fact, I think we all did. Yeah, and
Mm-hmm.
we got seen on the news. Yeah, because it was Ladies' Day. And then we went the following year. And then there was lots more people, which was really good. And then as the years have progressed, it's increased and it has gone up a notch. So, interesting. Interesting.
Yeah. I did feel, to be honest, that it wasn't about Ascot when I went into certain environments.
Okay.
Felt I felt like it was community barbecue.
Okay. Right.
Yeah.
I
I
suppose
did
it's
I
all
did get
about being
that side of
inclusive,
it.
Kevin. It's all about being inclusive.
Yeah, no, fair enough, fair enough. I just did when I was even talking to some people and I said, have you watched any races? They're like, no, man, I ain't here for no races. And in my mind, I'm like, hello, this is Ascot. It's
Yeah.
not Brockwell Park. But yeah, cool.
Okay.
Yeah. But, anyway, it was nice. I enjoyed myself. The weather was obviously good.
That's good.
And met some really, really good people. And yeah, watched horses do what horses do best. And I guess jockeys do what jockeys do best as well. So yeah, it was good. It was
And
good.
brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Now, we've got an action packed show this morning as we'll be in
We do.
conversation with Orlando Gittins, who is coming on to tell us with his upcoming events and he up and down the country. Plus, we'll be talking to Siobhan Owusu-Ansah Fui, who has an incredible
Hmm.
story to tell us how God has led her to creating Empress of Flavors. So, we will be coming up to that all-important community break very, very, very soon. I've had an interesting week.
Yes, that's what I'm about to ask. How was your week?
It's been very interesting, very busy, to say the least. Do you know what? I find that, like yourself, I don't really sleep very well, but sleep, I wouldn't actually say I suffer from sleep deprivation, even though my body's most probably telling me otherwise. But however, I do sleep when I'm supposed to sleep. So if my body is saying to me, sleep, I'm like hypnosis, sleep, and I'll fall asleep.
Hmm.
I just need to curl
Yeah,
up and sleep, and that's what I do. So my body gets the rest that it needs. And yeah, it's been a busy, busy week, helping out friends when they need me. And yes, we have an action-packed show. So I'm quite looking forward to speaking with Orlando and Siobhan very, very shortly. So within the next couple of seconds, we're going to go to our community break. And when we come back, as I say, don't touch this dial. Okay?
brilliant, brilliant.
Brilliant. Welcome back to Spilling the Tea to Juliet G on Supreme Radio UK. If it's your first time tuning in to Spilling the Tea, welcome, and I hope you'll make this your Saturday morning fix. I'm here with my co-host, Kevin. Now, joining us today is a man who knows how to bring people together through music, events, and unforgettable experiences. Can we give a warm Spilling the Tea welcome to this young man?
Hello.
Yes,
Hi,
Mr.
Kev. Hi, Juliet.
Orlando
Hi,
Gittins.
Supreme Radio listeners. Hi.
How are you?
Brilliant. Welcome.
You know what? I'm not bad. Not too long woke up. My voice sounds a bit croaky. That's my early morning voice.
Okay.
Yeah,
Morning.
that's my early morning voice. Late night last night.
Oh.
It's all good. Yeah, it's all good. Late one tonight
Brilliant.
as well, actually. Never mind.
And I'd like to
Brilliant.
introduce my co-host, Kevin. Kevin?
Yes, yes, I'm here. I'm here. I'm here. I was just saying to myself, I've actually said it before I actually came on. I was just saying, oh my gosh, Orlando, like I remember Orlando's got such a history when it comes to the music industry in the UK, just to start with, So like
Yeah.
when Orlando kind of said, yeah, I had this well, we're gonna go into it shortly. Um
Mm.
I was like, wow, Orlando, you're a legend. big,
I don't know about
big
that.
up to you, man.
Legend in my own mirror.
Over to you, Kevin.
Yes, brilliant. So, so I know you've been on the show previously, Orlando,
Mm.
but regardless, can you just briefly introduce yourself to our listeners,
Okay.
for who may not have, met or heard of you before, and you obviously just feel comfortable sharing what you feel comfortable sharing.
Yeah, cool. Okay, no problem. The name's Orlando Gittins. I've been in the industry now for about 40 odd years. I started off with a record company called Soultown Records, which probably was popular with Wayne Marshall, Maxine Everest, Mary Rose, Zushi, people like that, when the street soul stuff was like big in the early 90s, really. Yeah. Um, and then since then, I've gone on obviously to promoting shows such as the Giants of Lovers Rock, Hanging Island Weekenders, Soul Disciples Weekenders, VIP Reggae Weekenders, Flying Fish and Cuckoo Festivals, Giants of Rare Groove, various concepts of different people outside of those kind of like brand names, like the late great Angie Stone, etc., etc. Currently, I'm putting on John B over in Brixton. I've got 2 more weekenders coming up, one in October, one in November, one soul, one reggae over in Great Yarmouth, Ensley Beach. I do a regular Saturday night over at the Saturday Bar in Brixton, Cold Harbour Lane. And one that I'm kind of proud of, actually. I'm going to do an event on an airplane
Oh.
on the 19th, 19th September. I've rented a jumbo jet 747 I've got a host of DJs on there. It's not flying, by the way. It's not flying.
Oh.
It's grounded. It's grounded. Can you imagine taking everyone up and dancing on the flipping plane because it's rolling around? No, it's grounded. It's over in Cirencester, which is the Cotswold Airport. And what they based on, they've refitted the airplane, taken out all the economy seats. That's now a dance floor. And they've kept all the other seats, the original seats, first class, business class, upper class, etc. So that's how it's been priced. Host of DJs from Daddy Ernie to Studio Express to PD Cooley to Roy Medallion. Lots of different DJs. It's a Caribbean buffet running all day, unlimited. As a tour of the Cotswolds as well, included in it. And I'm really happy about that one. I've never done one before.
As I say, first time for everything.
That's what they say. Hopefully it's not the last.
No, not at all.
Yeah.
That sounds exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I know it takes a lot to get me excited about events like I've been for so long. But that one actually I feel, okay, this is different. Do you know what I mean? It's different, definitely different. Now it's about executing it. Because I know everyone's excited. Now it's about delivering the product. Do you know what I mean?
Now, Orlando, you've got a number of events coming up. Please share with the listeners because you've got a whole load.
Yeah. So, right, if you live up north, I've got a soul festival on next week in Sheffield with Jocelyn Brown, Charlotte Emma, and Dryza Bone. That's in Sheffield, Matilda Street. I'll give you my contact details afterwards, as opposed to going to all the address, etc. Yeah. Every Saturday I do the Saturday bar. It's called Brixton Nights. It's a different street sound playing every week from, I don't know, from your guys, Special Touch, to Ratty Sounds, to Legs, etc. every week, yeah? And that goes from 11 o'clock in the evening to 4 o'clock. So that's a late one, and that's why my voice sounds like that, because I do late nights. And from that, after that, I'm moving on to the September would be the airplane. It's called Altitude, the plane party with attitude.
That is a brilliant name. That is a brilliant name. I love that.
Yeah, I get inspired sometimes. It must be the late nights. But yeah, so that one is a day party. We arrive at 12 and we leave at 8. It's in the Cotswolds. We've got coaches leaving from all over London as well. So people can have details on that one as well. And then after that, before that actually, I've got John B, the R&B artist over in Pop Brixton for another day party. And that's on the 27th of July. Then after that, we've got the Soul Disciples Weekender, which is the 10th to the 14th of October. That's over at Hensley Beach, Great Yarmouth. Then in November, I've got 2 events. One is the Barbados Independence, because that's my roots. That's my family's from Barbados. So the High Commissioner got in touch with me and asked me if I could do something. So I'm going to do another event on the plane for Bajans, really, and people like Barbados. That will be on the 14th of November. And then the following week, we're back to Hensley Beach for the VIP Reggae Weekender, where that's got a host of different artists performing live, from Janet Kay, Carol Thompson, Peter Harningale, Lorenzo Hall, Paul Dawkins, Sandra Cross, Paul Lataja, Winsome, Victor Romero Evans. So there's a concert on every day, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday for the weekend. So that's quite unusual as well, because normally I don't do it that kind of format. So yeah, and that takes me up to Christmas, where I hope to get away, hopefully.
Wow.
Yeah.
So you've we've got to just go back for a moment to go forward. You've been in the industry at least 4 decades.
Yeah,
is that
absolutely.
correct?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah, and that is consistency at its best. And you've kind of touched different parts of the industry. You know, I said you've had your own record company and you're doing events and you've done so much. What keeps you inspired in this industry for so long? How do you do it?
Because I love it. I couldn't do it unless I loved it. It's a passion. I don't even see it as work. I just see it as something that I just really love doing. I fell into it, and it bit hard, fell in love with it, and I've been in it ever since, feasting and fasting. You know what I mean?
Mm. Wow. Absolutely amazing. Absolutely amazing. And how do people get in contact with you? How do people find you?
But the funny thing is, I'll give you a story. Prior to December, it was through Facebook and Instagram. So I'll give you a quick story. Facebook took 13 grand out of my account on the
What?
22nd of December. Yep, for an advertising campaign that I never done. When I took out with the bank to get the money back, Facebook and Instagram cut off my accounts,
Oh,
which is
wow.
crazy. Yeah, telling you. So be careful of that. It's like, you spend years building up your database. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And something like this cut off. I got my money back. But what I decided to do, I said, I'm taking back control. So now, if anyone needs to get hold of me,
Your
they can
website.
get hold of me on a website, and I put them on my WhatsApp group as well. My
Okay.
WhatsApp groups have been invaluable. I've got like 20,000 people in my WhatsApp groups who I message regularly, who I correspond with. And that's my main medium now. So what I would say, if you want to get hold of me, it's not a secret. It's take my number for the WhatsApp, 078 777 99455. Message me and I'll add you to a group. That's 078 777 99455. Orlando Gittins.
Can you say that again one more time,
No
Orlando?
problem at all.
Yeah.
It's 078
Uh-huh.
777
Mm-hmm.
99455.
Wow. Yeah. Thank you for that.
No problem. My pleasure.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Now, thank you for coming on and letting the listeners know
Well,
what events
yeah,
you
well,
are
no, thank you. Thank you for
offering
having me.
up and down the
My
country.
approaching from
And,
yourself.
we really appreciate you for the entertainment. And hopefully, I look forward to joining you on one of your events, possibly the
100%.
September one.
100%.
That's a week
Yep.
after my birthday. So,
Oh, okay. Well, then, are you a Virgo?
yes, I am.
Okay. Cool. All
Yeah,
right.
yes, I
Then you
am.
definitely have to come along. Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely have to come
yeah,
along.
yeah. It sounds really good. So I know a few of my girlies are listening. So
Okay. All right, then.
it might be a date
Okie
for our
dokie.
diary.
Yeah, that's the one.
All
That's the
right
one. Call
then.
me after the show.
I will do.
We'll
I
go.
will do.
Yeah.
Orlando, thank
Defo.
you. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
You are
Thank
more
you
than
to all your
welcome.
listeners. I hope I didn't bore you.
Not at all.
And thank you, Kevin. And
No,
let's before we
thank you,
go
my
back
brother.
anyway, okay, we have to catch up.
Yes,
You know what
yes,
I
I
mean?
really appreciate you, my brother. And as I said, like I met you many years ago, and to be honest, you definitely inspired me back then, and I didn't even know you're the same person now who's inspiring me again. How many years
Wow.
later? So
Well,
yeah,
I'll tell you what.
yeah,
Okay.
no, it was really powerful because back then I was doing a record company as well,
Okay.
and also I was working with, I don't know if you remember, but First Avenue, who
Of
was
course. Yes, I
yes,
remember First Avenue. Yeah.
yes, I was working with them at that time as well. I was doing engineering and some other bits and bobs.
Okay.
So yeah, so you can kind of get where I'm
Yes,
coming
I know where
from.
you're coming from. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Same kind of
so
background, really. Yeah.
exactly. And that's why I said I
Fantastic.
remember you. You was really powerful back then. You're still powerful now, and I respect I just
And I was
respect
still
the
short.
consistency more than anything else, man.
Life is strange. We keep on
Yes,
doing what
yes,
we're doing it. Yeah, we keep on doing it.
Now,
So
yeah.
thanks, guys. It's
thank
been a
you,
pleasure.
Orlando. Have a
Thank you for having me on
happy
the show.
Father's Day for tomorrow, Orlando.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
You take
Take
God
care.
care.
bless.
And happy Father's Day to all the other fathers out there.
Yes.
You know who you are.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, guys.
Absolutely. Take
Thank you
care,
very
Okay.
Orlando.
much. Take care.
Yeah,
Have a good
bye.
All
weekend.
right.
And you,
Right.
bye-bye.
Take
Bye.
care.
Bye.
Bye. Wow.
Really. Yeah.
See,
Really,
they
such
say
a good guy.
the world is small, but how small is it? Or the world is big. How big is it? You know,
Yes. Yes.
it's
Yes. Definitely.
very,
Definitely.
very big.
Definitely. How long
Now,
have you been in the music industry, Julia?
how long have I been in the music industry from when
Yeah, I've never
can
asked you
listen
that before.
to music? You mean how long have I been
Hmm.
with Supreme?
No, just in general. Just,
Um,
know.
from from a long time. I think I must have been about, when I don't even know, double cassettes. double cassette
Oh
players.
wow.
Yeah, when the back in the day when the tape recorder and you wanted to play or listen to music, you recorded and you wished they'd just shut up because they'd talk all over the music, which forced you to go to the record shop to go and buy it. That was the whole essence of it, you know.
Mm.
Now life is just so
So here's a
much.
question. So here's a question for you. Did you use did you use sellotape or Pritt stick to fix your cassette tapes?
Sellotape,
Okay, okay.
sellotape, sellotape. You couldn't use Pritt stick; it will come off.
Do you know what? I think I used some type of glue that worked at some point, I think.
Yeah, it was sellotape all the time, you know. And
Okay.
and and we did it so well. We did it so well, put it together so well, you know. And
Yes,
and when
yes.
and when the cassettes used to get chewed up, that's when you knew that you needed to clean your cassette heads, and used to run it through this cassette cleaner. Yeah.
Yes, exactly. Okay, did a boyfriend ever make you um a lover's cassette tape?
Boyfriend, that time, are you mad? Listen, I don't
All right,
think you
someone who
realized.
fancied you then.
No, Kevin, my parents were
No.
that strict. Yeah, I didn't have a boyfriend until I was in my 20s.
Okay, for when you're 20s.
You sound so surprised.
Oh no. Oh, did I say that out loud? Oh, sorry. Yeah, in your 20s. Okay, right. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, I hear that. So you didn't get a boy at school, any of that, say,
Listen, I
making
didn't
you a
even want them
cassette
to
tape.
look at me because I didn't even want to get pregnant. Because do you know your parents could tell you things, right? That will just stick in your mind.
Did they tell you that a boy looking at you could get you pregnant?
No, no, no. My mum will just say
Oh,
to me, what she said is, like, when I started my period, she said to me, make sure you keep yourself clean and keep away from boys. They will make you pregnant. So it was like, you were paired up with boys in the class.
yeah.
Because it was boys on one side and girls on the other. And I always used to make sure that my seat never touched the boy next to me, Tony Scott.
Oh, wow. All right,
Yeah.
but you fancied a boy at school, even though you didn't go there, right?
Listen, I might have liked a boy at school, but I was not going there because I didn't want to get pregnant.
Oh,
Forget about the birds and the bees.
oh,
Forget about what they told you. What my mum told me was the most important thing. Keep away from boys so
oh,
you don't get
you have
pregnant.
PTSD. Oh,
Whatever you want to call it.
oh, you have PTSD.
Is that what you call it? I
No,
kept
because it
away.
wasn't post. It wasn't post. It wasn't post. It wasn't after anything. Maybe it was after what your mum said. Maybe it was.
I was not stressed by it. I just kept away from them.
No, you got stressed when you thought about it.
No, I just didn't think about it. I just kept away from them, you know.
But you had boys that fancied you, right?
They might have liked me, but they had to keep away from me. Keep away from me.
Oh my god! And how many years later you're still doing the same thing?
Oh, 40 years on.
Yeah, 40 years later, you still take keep away from me.
Keep
Your mum's
away
words
from
are
me.
powerful. Your mum's words are powerful.
Listen, don't
40 years
ramp with my
later.
mama. Don't ramp with my mum. Yeah. Well, listen, my mum was
Oh,
a.
so
I
we've
was
got.
more frightened of the mum than the police.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah,
Even the
yeah.
teachers. If a teacher couldn't even say, "I'm gonna call your mum," I would end up throwing myself on the floor. Not that I've ever had to, and not that any teacher has ever had to call my mum up to school. God forbid. Just know that you're
Hold on for
dead.
1 second. Okay, let me just go forward. So, there's nowhere on this planet you was a perfect child. What did you do wrong as a child? What did you do that
Just breathe,
if you got caught,
breathe,
if you got caught? No,
breathe.
I don't believe you, Juliet. You
Listen,
didn't have no side of you that you knew if you got caught, you would have got beaten for 9 years.
listen. Let me just tell you. I'm supposed to go home, I went home. I didn't divert. What I used to do, however, is I would go to the library, and my sister will vouch for this. She will say, yeah, we would go to the library and then go and change our library books and then go out. But we made sure that we got back. So I'd go and visit my friends, and I'd bring my sisters with me, if they were with me, and my brother, and we'd go to visit
Right,
our
okay.
friends. And we
Okay, I know we're going to the next guest shortly, but I just need to dig a bit deeper. So let's go through a quick Q&A. Right. So just say yes or no. Did you ever smoke or smoke behind the shed or tried any of that?
No.
Okay. Did you ever just try to all right, let me have a drink with the friends or whatever?
No.
Okay.
Listen,
did you ever, as soon as you left out your house, you switched up your school uniform, rolled your skirt up, anything like that?
No, I wore trousers.
Did you ever do something to your, like back in the days we had that travel card that you can kind of somehow, scrape the day and then stamp a new day on? Did you ever do any of that?
No, not at all.
Did you ever look at any magazines you shouldn't have looked at as a child that one of your friends was tried to show you?
We're coming up to that all-important community break, and when we come back, we will talk some more. Okay, Kevin.
Okay.
Welcome back to Spilling the Tea to Juliet G on Supreme Radio UK, your Saturday morning fix, and we talk to real people and encourage them to talk their truth. Now, this morning we have the honor of speaking with a truly remarkable young lady whose story is one of strength, survival, faith, motherhood, purpose, and resilience. A woman who discovered her love for cooking from a very early age, but her journey has not been easy. Becoming a teenage mum, life then taking her through many different chapters, facing serious health challenges, and that tested her in many ways, which we will all learn about. Please help me in giving a warm Spilling the Tea welcome to the wonderful, amazing Siobhan Owusu-Ansah Fui. I got it right.
Welcome.
I was trying to get the
Good morning.
morning, Siobhan. Thank you for joining us this morning. How are you?
I am good. I am very good, actually.
Now,
I am good. I'm awake. Yes,
Siobhan,
I'm good.
I always ask this question as to the listeners. Do you listen to Supreme Radio?
Do you know what? I don't listen to it, but let me tell you why. Not because I don't want to. It's because of the time. So I'm not an early riser, if I'm honest.
No.
Siobhan's
Supreme
Radio
is a 24-hour radio station. It's not just for Juliet G. You can listen to any of the presenters on Supreme. So it's a 24-hour radio station.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do.
Okay.
I'll tell you what I'm going to do today, so all the listeners can hear me as well and hold me accountable.
Mm-hmm.
From today, I am going to listen to Supreme Radio.
Okay.
It's going to be something I do weekly. I'm going to put it in my phone to even remind me. It's going to be my alarm system. So I shall be listening to Supreme Radio now.
Don't worry, we're going to come back to you with a quiz.
We'll come back
in about a month or so.
Don't
it's
worry,
fine.
we will. Now, Siobhan, are you ready to spill the tea?
Yes.
Good.
I'm ready to share.
Good.
I'm ready.
Now, let me introduce my co-host, Kevin. Kevin, take it away.
Okay, thank you. Right, so I always start like this, by the way, Siobhan. So, getting to know Siobhan, for the listeners, can you introduce yourself? Who is Siobhan? Your early years, and obviously, please, only shit. Juliet, why are you laughing, Juliet? Because you know why you're laughing,
yes,
Juliet.
I do.
I know why Juliet's laughing, everyone. And Juliet knows why she just started laughing. Juliet, tell them why they're laughing, please.
Because you didn't want to say her surname.
Exactly. I skipped it.
I
Juliet wrote
noticed how
down your
you skipped
surname.
that.
I skipped it. And see, Juliet, why you?
Owusu-Ansah Fui. Say it. Owusu-Ansah Fui. Say it. Owusu-Ansah Fui. Say it. Come on now.
Juliet, what kind of cult are
Owusu-Ansah
you
Fui.
building right now? This sound
Because
like a. This sound like a.
you'll get it. Sorry, go on.
Go on, Kevin. Go on. Owusu
Wusu Answer
and
Fui.
See,
See
perfect.
what was difficult in that, Kevin? Come on.
No,
Don't
no,
look
no.
at
See,
words and be frightened.
Juliet, I actually no. I was actually going somewhere else with it, by the way, because when we
You
talk
see
about
this styling out. Just like a counselor.
Juliet,
Go on.
Juliet.
Go on, counselor.
Oh, right. So what I was going to say was when we're talking about Siobhan's earlier years, she wasn't Owusu. She was another name.
You see you, Kevin. You see, like a politician. You're coming with your politician mates now, eh? Hey.
But you did like it though, innit?
I
You did
like
it.
that. I like that, Kevin. You're sly. I do like that, though. I do like it.
Right. So before you was Owusu-Ansah Fui, right?
Yes.
Who was Siobhan in your early years? Please share only what you feel comfortable with and tell us about your early years.
Okay, so like you perfectly said, I am now Siobhan Owusu-Ansah Fui, but prior to that, I was Siobhan Featherstone. The transition of names was very hard for me because I love my name, but I also love my new name as well. I was born in Essex, born in Chadwell Heath. I went to school in Tottenham. The distance is far, but my mum worked as a chef in Tottenham at the school I went to. So I attended there. I loved going to that school. It was predominantly a black school, predominantly black. And I loved my school years. Every inch of it, I loved it. Not too sure about having my mum always on site. I don't know if I can recall how I felt about that, but it was okay. I used to go in the kitchen and steal extra food, so it was fine. Talking about that, my mum was a chef. She was a chef and she still is a chef actually. But I don't think that's where my passion came from for cooking, because my mum never allowed me to cook in the kitchen growing up because I'm left-handed. So she would always keep me in like arm's length because she thought I was going to hurt myself, do something, very dramatic. So I never actually was in the kitchen growing up, but I was always watching. So my mum used to do caterings, like weddings and events, and I was the mint chocolate waiter. So I had one job. When I was young, I had to wear like a little black pinny-fold apron. And do you remember after 8 mints, I used to have those and I would have to like give them out to everybody that came in. So I had a little job and I absolutely loved it. I loved it. So I saw firsthand of culinary skills. Like my mum has this gift where like you see a food and it's like, oh no, I'm not going to try that. Absolutely not. It's just not what I want to try. But my mum had this way of taking the things that are untasteful and making them something that you wouldn't even imagine it should even taste like this. So I saw her create a lot of dishes in the kitchen, but again, it never really started there kind of thing. I think the seed may have been planted, but I never gave it much thought. I was just going to school, go to my grand. Again, I was around my grandmother a lot. She lived in Tottenham, Phillip Lane. She was also a cook. She used to bake. She used to bake bread, bake pizza. We are a worship family, so every Friday we respected the Sabbath. So every Friday, my gran would cook pizza, bread, dukna. Sometimes I love dukna. If you don't know what dukna is, it's like a coconut kind of dish, like bowl dumplings, but with more flavors and stuff. And uncles, cousins, aunties, everyone would just come round and fellowship on a Friday night. We were welcoming Sabbath, and it was just beautiful. It was beautiful. It was, my gran gave fellowship free food. So I've always been around food. my nan was also left-handed. So she was the only one who actually taught me to make rice. I'll never forget. She would say to me, Shiv, come, look at this. And she will wash the rice. Like, this is how you wash the rice. And she'll say, take your little finger. And she'll say, put your finger in the rice. And that's how you measure the water. And I've never forgotten that. And yeah, so my early childhood was very, very happy. My dad, he was a paramedic. He's retired now. So I've always grown up around like stability. Stability was there. Some say I was very spoilt by my parents. Some say, but I never wanted for anything. It was a Christian home, so my mum was a woman of prayer. So I went to church every Saturday. Was in the youth group. I had a good child upbringing. It was nice. I would go on holidays with my mum. We'd take trips, America, Jamaica, St. Kitts, like Antigua. So it was a beautiful childhood. It was a beautiful childhood. But then coming out of childhood and entering teenage years was when everything just went left. Everything just went left, completely left. So then I became a teenage mum.
Okay,
and it's
Siobhan, before you get there, can we just go back just a little bit? Was there a particular person or kitchen or meal or smell that made you fall in love with food?
I have to say my gran made me fall in love with food because she had set days as well in the week. So Mondays was leftover Mondays. So whatever she cooked on a Sunday, we ate. And then Tuesday, it would either be like fried fish or sprats. So you could smell it coming up the road. And to be fair, I hated that day because if I so happened to have forgotten my uniform or my blazer on the balcony,
you'll smell the food, right?
Smelling
it would
of it.
not come out for days. But the food was amazing. And then Wednesdays, she will have hard food Wednesdays. So we had like ackee and saltfish, cabbage, yam, boiled dumpling, plantain. Like it was a whole thing. And then I think Thursdays was chicken foot. I didn't like Thursdays because I don't like chicken foot. So that chicken foot soup.
Yeah.
And then Fridays, if my gran wasn't going to cook
in your food, right?
Yeah, I just don't want to see that. I don't want to see that. I just don't want to see it. But the rest of her grandchildren loved it. Loved chicken foot soup. I couldn't stand it. But then Fridays, if my gran wasn't cooking for worship, then it was going to be us just getting McDonald's. So my gran used to love fillet of fish. She used to love fillet of fish. So it would be us having McDonald's. But predominantly, it was my gran. The smells I remember from my gran. But the skills and the culinary skills and the creation was from my mum because she was very creative in the kitchen and she was very I keep saying was, she is very, because she's a chef. She is very resilient in the kitchen where my mum used to do functions for like 200, 300 people and she has a team, but she's the one cooking. She's cooking. She will have other chefs come and help her, but it would be her prep work. I saw how she did prep, how she would do prep, how she would, just get things prepared and ready. And it was something so spectacular to actually be able to watch because it would be me and my mum for a while just by ourselves after my dad and my mum separated, and I will see how she put in the work, bearing in mind she still had another job. So I think her strength and her resilience enabled me to just be like, I want to be, maybe not food specifically, but I want to be this strong. I want to be this, I want to be able to have this to keep pushing. And I think where everything stemmed from, it was the smells of the food was my grand's kitchen, my grand's home, but the creativity, the resilience, the imagination, creating nothing from something was my mum, was definitely my mum.
Kevin?
Wow, really powerful. Do you know, is what was going through my mind is that the generational vein of the passion. So as you're talking, I'm thinking about your grand, I'm thinking about your mum, and now you're here where you are. I just see the generation, and you talk with so much passion and love. And this is why I know you are a good cook, because, you can taste love in food, or you can taste the disdain or the anger or the frustration, or food is about feelings and connection and so much more. So as you're talking, you've brought me into a place of even thinking about my family as well. So the way you explain things is so beautiful and phenomenal. So with that said, when you were younger, did you always imagine food would become a part of your purpose, and or did that come later in life?
That came later. Do you know, when I was young, when I was about 5, 6, this is going way back, I wanted to be a brain surgeon. I wanted to
Wow,
be,
okay, wicked.
yeah.
Yeah.
I met a doctor called Ben Carson when I was really young, and my mum made me read his book. So, a little backstory: when I was growing up, we never had a TV in my house. My mum refused point blank to put a TV because she said you must read. So my entertainment was books. That's all I had until I was about 16, 17. I just read. And one of the books I came across was Ben Carson, and I just wanted to be. I was like, I can do this. Like, I remember reading it, even from 5, 6, 7, 8. Because I repeat books. I repeat. So I would read every so often the same book over and over again. And I remember thinking to myself, I can do this. Why can't I do this? And then I started to get interest into science. So my mum would buy me like science kits, and I would do experiments. I would cut my teddy bears and try and sew them back up again. I would like go in the garden, get insects, dissect them.
Siobhan, I just want you to know I come from a psychology background, right? And I, even up until now, I'm in uni doing psychology. So I just want you to know that there was a fine line between you being a good person and a serial killer, because they are signs of a serial killer.
Dissected. Silence of the Lamb.
There's a fine line. You made it on the other side.
It was only by God's grace.
All I'm saying to you is now, right, that I would love to just talk to your husband and say, do you know there's a side of Siobhan that if you really get on her nerves, there's a side of her who used to dissect spiders and all of that. Yeah, just know that you better be a good guy forever.
Kevin, he most probably knows that already. He ain't crossing that line.
Siobhan like ordered a scalpel in it. Anytime there's an argument, like, I'm going to order a scalpel. Yeah. Siobhan, I apologize. Let's continue, because you're going to be a case study. I think I need to bring you to uni and sit you down. We're going to probe your head. We're going to put all those pads on your head, and we're going to talk to you. We're going to find certain parts out about we used to take your dollies apart, and then we used to go out to the garden and get a spider and say, let me just cut that part off and let me see if I can stick it back together again.
You know what? I did do that.
My gosh.
I did pick the spiders. I'm scared, and the thing is, I'm terrified of spiders now.
Child?
Though. That's weird. No, I'm the youngest of 3 girls, but saying that, there is an 18-year difference.
Oh, okay.
So technically, I grew up.
Only child. You was the only child. You were the only child.
They weren't playing with you.
No. I had no siblings to play with. It was just me in the house and books.
Yeah, you were straight up only child. You, the spiders and the scalpel. You was the only child. I apologize. Please continue.
But yeah, I used to, again, going back, I did used to go in the garden, get insects, spiders, do stuff, and then I would, because I had a microscope, so I wanted to see the cells, nucleus. I wanted to see like the vacuole. I wanted to see all these little things under the microscope. I would stain my glass. My mum bought me the game Operation, and I would try and see.
I'm visualizing these poor little ants trying to run away.
Right. I just always, my thing wasn't food. My thing was science and health. I was very much into I'm very empathetic. So I think that's what is well. I always wanted to be the person who can help with someone getting better. Healing, someone being okay. Like if you're in pain, I want to find out what's wrong. I want to try and figure out how to make it so you're not sick. So for me, it wasn't food. It was helping people. It was helping people. It was, how do I get into a career where I can be of service to someone who is not well? And how can I make them better? So yeah, I wanted to be a brain surgeon and then a nurse. And then obviously things went left, but we'll get to that.
Yeah, we're going to get to that. Before we go forward, Juliet, I apologize for this, but this what came to mind. Can I just play something for you just for a moment? Just for about 20 seconds.
You are?
Maybe 5 seconds. I just want to just play something that just represents, I want to play something that matches, Siobhan's early years.
Okay.
Can I just, okay, here we go. There we go. I'm gonna quote now. I'll do it in a moment. Because I've got a row. I'm in a row here. Because Siobhan's world is so interested. I didn't think I was gonna be so invested in how Siobhan grew up from that perspective. I've got to talk to my lecturer on Monday. Seriously, I've got to talk to my lecturer on Monday. Okay, so with that said, I'm going to play something shortly, by the way. But with that said, what kind of dishes did you enjoy, making in those early years, growing up around your gran and, having that connection to your mum as well?
I didn't make any dishes. I didn't make anything. Oh, yeah,
you did say. You said your mum didn't make you touch a thing.
No, I wasn't allowed to touch a thing.
Okay.
And but your gran made you kind of just dip your finger in the rice, just so it's like getting you warmed up and started.
Yeah, but that was like later on after I became a mum. But even that, I wasn't allowed in the kitchen. I was allowed to help my gran maybe grate a sweet potato. But then if my mum came in, she'd be like, okay, put it down. It wasn't because my mum was like, it was literal fear that I was going to hurt myself. Literally, there were times she tried to, she'd be like, all right, cut this. And then she'll be standing there looking at me. She goes, no, put it down. Because the awkwardness of me holding the knife as someone who's left-handed, it made her very, very uncomfortable and fearful that I was actually going to literally hurt myself. So I never cooked in my home before becoming a mum. I never cooked. I watched a lot. I was very much looking, but never cooked, never was never taught to like cut up, even chopping up stuff or nope. Nothing.
Now, Siobhan, you mentioned earlier that you was a teenage mum. When you became a teenage mum, how did motherhood shape you at such a young age?
Oh, the mother, it threw me off course. Because again, I had an agenda in mind. But I was 17. And it made me actually, from the moment I found out I was pregnant, it wasn't like I was depressed. I was disappointed. I had to go through the whole family being disappointed. My gran, who was literally, after my mum is my gran in relationship, but my gran was literally like everything. It is like everything to me. And the disappointment on her face. And I'll never forget, there was a time when I saw her, my mum had a birthday or something was happening, and my gran just turned her head. And my gran's someone who never turns her head away from me, never. But just me having this stomach in front of me. And I think it was more to do with the fact that they had invested hopes and dreams in me. And so it wasn't a case of, oh, you're pregnant, I'm disappointed. It was more the case of, but we've invested in you to be what you want to be. So I wasn't limited. I could have been anything I wanted to be because I had that support from my family. If I wanted to be an astronaut, I guarantee you they would have made me go into a spaceship. That's the kind of support my mum and especially my gran had towards me. So I think being pregnant, it just deflated everything. They had hopes, dreams, aspirations. And rightfully so, because that's what parents do, like I have for my son now. But it's just, it threw them, and I think it made me just more think to myself, wow, like this is what I've done. But then as the months progressed throughout my pregnancy, I had moved out of my mum's, gone to my sister's. And I remember my mum went to America and she was there for a while. And when she came back, I went to the airport to pick her up. And she just looked at me. She goes, "How's my grandchild?" And that was like the opening of me coming back home. And then I came back home, and then from there, it was a case of I'm going to nourish my child that's in my womb. Even though I was young, I was a teenage mom, but there was something in me. It was only the Holy Spirit that was in me to make me know I have to pray for this child in my womb. I have to pray. And especially when I found that he was a boy as well, I said, I'm a teenage mom, single mom. I have my support from my family, but I need to protect my child from inward before he comes out. And so I used to read to him. I would go to my mum used to laugh at me all the time. I would walk to the library, get out books, come back home, read to my stomach, read, and just try and educate myself on how I was going to be a mum when my son was born, how I was going to do this. And to be fair, my son, the moment he was born, he came with his some challenges. He was sick when he was about a month. We thought he was dying. His test was he had to go to Great Ormond Street, had to have a surgery. And again, as a teenager, these are things that you shouldn't be dealing with. You should be doing college or going out with your friends, or doing your driving lessons to get your license to have your first car. Whereas I was on a hospital bed waiting for my newborn child to come out and for them to tell me what was happening and how the surgery went. And it was an eye-opener.
It grows you up, innit? Yeah.
Very, very, very quickly. Very quickly. And then in my mind, straight away, it was, okay, hey, how can I be the greatest mum that this child can have? And that's all it was in my mind was, okay, I am now dedicating, I don't have any hopes and dreams apart from this child. So whatever I thought I had, aspirations I thought I may have wanted to aspire to, was put on hold because he was my focus.
Just really quickly.
It was no longer me.
Yeah, just really quickly, Siobhan, looking back now, what did that season teach you about strength and responsibility?
It taught me not to play big people games. It taught me... It taught me It taught me not to play games that big people play. I'm not alone. It taught me that obedience is very important. And, it's how to deal with your emotions, because I think there was a whirlwind of teenage rebellion on my part. And I think that's what happened. It was rebellion. It was thinking I'm grown, thinking, I could do what I like now. And these were the consequences of it. But again, if I'm honest, which I like to be, the son I have now, I wouldn't have changed a thing, in all honesty. It wouldn't have been changed because it molded the person I am now. So I wouldn't have changed that. I wouldn't have changed it. And it's not an encouragement for young people to get pregnant at all. It's just for my personal story, I needed my son. It was necessary. It was literally, and we'll get into it, but he was necessary for me to even be here now. So yeah, looking back, I think I would have decided not to play big people games. I would have decided to be more and speak to my mum more as well. I think if I had spoken to my mum was someone who's very open to communication.
So that door was open.
But my mum is the hierarchy of the family. Everyone's scared of her. Like, everyone's scared of my mum. Siblings, everyone. So even when, like, one of my uncles found out that I told my mum I was pregnant, he was like, how? Like, who's that?
It's like, and you made it alive.
Yeah, like, everyone was shocked. Everyone was shocked. But because my mum is, like, she's like, after my gran, she's the head of everything. She's the next. So it's like, and she's very strong. My mum's very, very strong. And she's no nonsense. Very no nonsense. If you don't know my mum and you speak to her, you would think that she's like very dismissive. She's not. She's the most beautiful, beautiful soul ever. But she's a strong woman. She's come from a very, very long road. So naturally she's very like,
so she knows,
Right, Siobhan, we are coming up to that all-important community break, and when we come back, we'll talk some more, okay?
Yes, no problem.
Welcome back to Spilling the Tea to Juliet G on your number one community radio station, Supreme Radio UK. I want to give a shout out to DJ Lee. I want to give a shout out to Easy G, who's in the stateside, and Soroya. I want to give a shout out to DJ Sammy Skates. Shout out to Booger T. And shout out to Ms. Polly, our media queen. And shout out to DJ Amorous. And shout out to the entire Supreme Radio family. And shout out to DJ Omar. Yes, I got it duly noted. Now, we are currently in conversation with Siobhan Owusu-Ansah Fui. And she's sharing how her interest in cooking food has evolved. Now, if you've missed any parts of the show, don't worry. Guess what? You can see us on the big screen. Yes, YouTube. And you can listen to us on Mixcloud for the entire show. Now, if you make sure that you press the follow or subscribe button, and you'll be the first to get notified when I upload this show. Okay? Right, over to you, Kevin.
Yes. So just going back to your early years, Siobhan, and thank you for sharing, because I know that your life story is definitely going to inspire people 100%, especially, the fact that I know, our listeners and a lot of their children will take some form of advice from your story and take some form of understanding from your story as well. So thank you for sharing that. So going back to your early years, you had to budget and make healthy, nutritional meals with very little money at a certain stage. How did you manage? What did that look like for you?
I think that's where the seed was planted for Empress of Flavors.
So what age are we talking about? So if we can put an age.
So I was around, when I moved out of my mum's house, I was about 21. Mm-hmm. I was about 21.
Did you move through choice, or was there volatility? Was it volatile at that time?
Oh, no. I moved because I needed space for my son. So I had a condition called factor VII deficiency. So every time it's a bleeding factor issue. So anytime there was anything happening every month, me and my son would be in a room, and it was just too much. I just couldn't do it. So, and I think you get to a point where two bulls can't rein in one pen. So I'm a mum. I want to raise my son, but then I'm with my mum, who also has input as well. And it's like, actually, I want my own space now. But I gave it a long time. My auntie at the time, she's a social worker. And she had said to me, when I first wanted to move out, actually, she had advised me not to. She said to me to wait. She said, there's no rush, just wait. Because she understood the partnership I was in at the time, my son's dad, it was very volatile. So she understood if I had moved out, it would have been a problem, because it would have been too much. So I didn't move out until my son was about 3 going on to 4.
Right.
So where I moved into, which is somewhere I still live now, 17 years later. So this is where everything started. My love for food was born because I had no choice but to cook for my son. I didn't want to give him takeaway. I didn't want to give him food that was not going to nourish him and grow him. So I started cooking for myself. I started putting flavors together and experimenting and going on YouTube and thinking, how could this work? How could this work? And then, that's how it started. I just wanted to provide nourishing food for him on a budget. I wasn't working at the time. And so I wanted to just be able to use the little I had and make it grow. And again, that came from seeing my mum. Again, I think everything is just my mum, the foundation, because then as much as she never taught me how to cook, she taught me how to balance.
Just the observation of it. Yeah, just the observation.
Yeah.
So for those, let's say for those young parents or parents out there who didn't have the background that you had, your mom and your gran and all of that, what would you say to those parents who feel they cannot afford to cook healthy meals, especially when it comes to finances, budget, and all of that kind of thing? Because people tend to normally associate health with having a certain financial income. What
Yeah.
advice would you give to those people?
I think just try, like, we're in an age now where social media is number one, and you can find recipes anywhere now. So before,
Okay,
I was limited.
so let me go to this place in that case, because you just said
Yeah.
something really, really good. So you're on a budget, and you're going to make 2 meals on a budget that's healthy for you and your child. What would
Yeah.
that budget healthy meal be?
Tuna pasta salad. Off the rich tuna pasta salad. You can, if it's just me and my son, a pack of pasta and Lidl's is like 70 something pence. You get tuna. So let's work with a number. Let's say £10.
Yeah.
The £10 nowadays can't even get you McDonald's. So let's say £10. We go to Lidl's and we buy a pack of pasta, 79p. And then we buy 4 tins of tuna. Tuna's going to be the most expensive thing on the list because it's tuna. So that's going to range from about £3.50 to maybe £4 for the pack of 4. You want to get your veg. Say you want some mixed peppers. A pack of mixed peppers comes to like no more than £1. So that's already roughly £4.80. I'm trying to do quick math.
Yeah, no problem. Either way it goes, yeah.
So that's like £4.80. So say you want some cheese. You want cheese on it as well. So, and mayonnaise. That will get you like £7. And you want juice. You get a lemon, get a bottle of water. Remember, it's just you and your child. You can make lemonade at home. So that in all is a meal. And pasta swells up. That can last you 3 days. Securely put in the fridge, it can last you 3 days. So it's not only cook. I didn't only cook, and it's not only cooking for the day. It's how can this be extended to 3 days? Now I have food that now has sustained me for 3 days with a tuna pasta that's healthy. It's got all the elements of a nutritious plate. So you've got your you got carbs, maybe not good carbs because it's pasta, but it's for your child. So you got pasta, tuna, omega-3s in tuna, proteins in tuna. You have your mixed veg. You have your cheese, which is your calcium, and then you have your lemonade, which is a cheeky, sweet kind of drink that you and your child can make together as well. And this is a dish where a parent and her child or his child, they can make it together, make it like memorable. So that's what I did with my son. It's as much as the dishes were small and it wasn't elaborate dishes, it was memory making. My son to this day, he's 19 now. He remembers when we make dishes when we made dishes in the kitchen. He remembers the I told him to make the spaghetti or to stir the sauce. So it's more to do with quality time and building memories as well. It's all inclusive. But it can be achieved if you just know that this is just a step one. Like, don't see it as this is going to be my life forever. Just see it as this is just a season I'm in. And me and my child are going to enjoy this season. We're going to enjoy making meals together and we're going to enjoy making it last, because in years to come, we're going to sit back. When we become successful in life, after everything's happened, we're going to sit back and remember, oh, Mum, remember when we had tuna and pasta for 3 days? But now we're here. So, yeah.
I love that. Thank you.
Was cooking at that time just about feeding your son, or did it become a form of love and survival?
It was love and survival and feeding my son. It was all incorporated because it was our bonding time. So I used to make foods like I never knew. I don't know how to bake even now. I'm not a baker. But I would get ingredients just to bake a cake that came out wrong so we can laugh about it. So we would still eat it, but we enjoyed it. But it wouldn't be something that I would put on my menu now. It wouldn't be something that I would showcase. But it was love. I was growing love in the kitchen. That's what was happening. Love was growing in the kitchen. And it started from my son being on a seat, standing up, climbing up to get to the cupboards to get ingredients. to the point where he's standing up, he's tall enough to do it himself. And through that whole season, through all those years, it was just love in the kitchen. We speak in the kitchen, we have conversations in the kitchen. Our kitchen's not big, it's not massive, but the majority of our intimate conversations, he would tell me his fears, what he's going through from he was young, it would be in the kitchen.
That's true.
Because
so it sounds like it was therapeutic for you both as well.
It was. He's getting his ingredients. We're cooking, but we're talking. We're cooking, but he's letting me know what's happening at school. We're cooking, and he's disclosing things to me in the kitchen while we're cooking. And it's all based on food. Because if we weren't cooking, we wouldn't have this conversation because we wouldn't be in the kitchen. So it's everything was just, the kitchen was the basis for our relationship growing, because we was growing, and we was growing emotionally, mentally, but most importantly, spiritually as well. Because he will come in the kitchen, even if I'm cooking by myself, he's going to come in, he's going to speak, Mum, even if it's just words that make no sense, he's just going to come, and he's going to end up going in the fridge. My fridge hinges are just on revolver. He just comes in, he will come in, take something out, talk, make something. Mum, what should we do today? It was just all from he was young, and it built up to what it is now.
Do you think food can carry emotions like comfort and healing?
Yes. Do you know the saying when they say a way to a man's heart is through his stomach?
That's the way to my heart.
For women, that's the way to my heart. Like, I am an emotional eater.
Oh, yes.
And it's all emotions. You know, when people say emotional eater, you think, oh, so when you're sad, you're getting a big bowl of chocolate. No. I eat when I'm happy, sad, joyful.
Same.
For me, every occasion, every emotion is a time to eat. So, and because I like to cook, I just make what I want. So it really links. Food and your emotions are very interlinked, because you get to, have you never ate something and it reminds you of something from way back, or someone's cooking and you smell it and you're like, oh, this is bringing back a memory. So it's all interlocked. It's all interlocked. It's your mind, but it's also food. It's the smell, it's the aroma, it's the aromatics, it's the flavor, it's the taste. And when you're chewing it, it's bringing back, oh, this is a memory. Like, I remember this. And then it can be good or bad, to be fair. You can get a dish that can bring you to a bad place, or you can get a dish that's going to bring you to a good place, but it's very much emotional based. It is very much emotional based.
So looking into your research, thank you for sharing that. Look at, like, doing the research and looking into your world and to your past as well. I want to talk just a little on your academic world. You went to university on 2 separate occasions, but didn't complete it. Can you just share that part of your life with us?
Yeah. So before I had moved out of my mum's into my own place, after I had my son, I wanted to make him proud. So I went to college. He was about 1. I went to college. I did BTEC in nursing. And then I progressed to go to King's College University to do nursing. I was accepted. And then I just couldn't handle motherhood, being in a relationship with my son's dad at the time, and nursing. It wasn't, mentally, I wasn't functioning. It was hard. So after my first year, I finished it. I just didn't go back for my second year. I just couldn't do it. And then a year after that, I said, you know what? No, my son's a bit older. Let me go back. Again, I had spoken to, I had aunties and stuff who would watch my son, but he would go to their house and he would stay there. And again, my family, I've got a very supportive family. So when I was doing nursing, the second time, I reached second year, nearly completed. And then my sister took sick.
Oh, wow.
And I'm not somebody who asks for help. That's one problem I have, is I don't ask for help. So I could have spoken to my professor and said, you know what, this is a situation. And they would have given me an extension on mitigating circumstances. So I wouldn't have failed. But because I didn't reach out, they had called me into a meeting and said that I can't continue. I failed my exam, so I can't continue. And once I explained to them the situation, then they said to me, you should have reached out to us. We would have definitely helped. And again, that would be completely my fault. But I just had to, my sister was really unwell. So my focus was just on her. I couldn't juggle the two. It wasn't possible. And so I wasn't doing the coursework, the assignments. I just didn't have the time. I didn't have the time to do it. So I ended up not completing, but I got a grade enough because I completed my 2 years. I was able to become a healthcare assistant.
Right.
So I was able to get a job through that. So I just ended up working after my second attempt at university. Yeah.
How did it affect your confidence at that time?
Do you know, I weighed up the both. I was disappointed in myself for not reaching out after they had told me what I could have done. But then it's my sister. My sister has always been very close. We've been very close, even though our age gap is very big. So she was number one. To me, as much as it was my dream to become a nurse, well, later on, I wanted to pursue it for my son. She was number one. So I have to make sure she's okay. So it wasn't even a second thought. It was, okay, but what can I do now? And for me, I think because I was working, it was like, okay, do you know, I've still got this. I'm still in the hospital setting. I can still help. I can still do what I want. Even though it's not what I want to do, I can still somewhat be involved. So it was a knock, but I think I was okay with it. I was okay because I was still working in the hospital. So it didn't knock me that bad. It didn't knock me too much at that time. It didn't knock me too much.
Because the feeling and emotion that comes back over and over again when you look at things, or when you've kind of spoken about your life, that keeps on reoccurring when it came to the parts that kind of hurt you, was disappointment. I realized, you know, when you had your son at first, there was the disappointment, and then you kind of like touched on disappointment again when you went through that time with your university. Did you ever feel like not finishing meant you had failed, or did you later see it differently?
Oh no, I think after,
or should I say, being a failure? Maybe I should say from that angle. Yeah.
After my second year of university, I didn't pass. Then I worked as a bed manager's assistant for a while, and I was okay. I was content. I would love my job. I was working with managers, and they had told me to go to do the course to become a manager because I was good at my job. So they didn't have secondment for the job at the time. So they told me to go to university to do it, come back, and I have a job there waiting for me. I was excited, ecstatic. And then went back to university. I went to UCLH. University of East London. I went back to university to do that course. And then that's when I felt the brunt of failure. I think that's when all failures came up to me at once, because I had applied. They had said to me they couldn't give me the funding because I had already gone to university twice. So I was like, okay, no problem, that's fine. Went to my mum, she paid for it for me. Fine. Happily started my course, was ecstatic because, you know, when you're doing something that you already know the answers to, it's like, because I already knew everything kind of thing. So I just needed the credentials, really. So as I was getting to the end of my first year, I was 2 weeks away from my first exam, and they had messaged me to tell me that they have, no, sorry, not 2 weeks. I think halfway through the year, they had said to me, actually, you are entitled to funding. So we're going to reimburse the money that you've sent, and we're going to fund your course for you. Excellent. Brilliant. Thank you, Father. It's fine. So going through, Mom's got the money back. She's ecstatic. I'm ecstatic. We then got coming to the end of my first year, 2 weeks before my exam. They sent me a letter to say to me, I cannot sit my exam unless I pay the money for my tuition fee. And I was like, what are you? I went to them. I said, this is what you showed me. This is what you told me. I was willing to pay it the first time. It was paid. You reimbursed the money back because you said that you made a mistake on your end. And now you're telling me 2 weeks before the exam, I have to find $9,000 to pay you.
Wow.
Like, how is this? How?
Yeah.
I said, and you're telling me I can't do installments because the exam's coming up. It has to be before the exam.
Wow.
So, and then Kevin, Julie, I'm telling you, I literally went into everything that had every failure, every disappointment, every heartbreak, everything came at me at once. Wow. It wasn't just a disappointment from the letdown from them. It was everything. And then I think what was the icing on the cake was that when I called my workplace back, because I'm thinking, okay, I can't do it. They said to me I can come back for my job. When I've come back, my manager said to me, he's like, Siobhan, like he was just, you can tell when someone's just heartbroken for you. And he was just like, your position is gone because we would expect you to come back as the manager. So we filled your old position already. And we have nothing. Like there was only 2 bed managers assistants at that hospital, only 2. I was one of them. So when I had left, they had filled it because they knew that when I passed, I was going to come back to them. That was a guarantee. I loved my job. I loved my managers. I loved everything about the job. So they knew I was coming back. So, but obviously I can't come back without the qualification. So, and they had no position for me. So I had no job. I had no course. I had nothing at all. And then my gran was progressively getting worse. So I decided, you know what, let me go and just look after her. So I lived with, me and my son moved in with my nan, and I went to live in with her. And then that's when everything just spiraled. Like mentally, everything just spiraled. I just felt like I had no purpose in life. There was nothing to me. I looked at my son, and every day I looked at him, I just thought to myself, all he sees is disappointment. All he sees is failure. Like, is this what I'm teaching my son? How to fail in life? Because that's the one thing I'm good at is failure at this point. And then
that's what you kept telling yourself that is.
Yeah, it was just like, I have nothing to give him. I have nothing to offer him at all. Nothing.
And this all comes back from being a young child, knowing that you can do anything on the planet, knowing you can be a brain surgeon.
Yeah.
Now not to being able to pass exams on something that you weren't really passionate about, but you knew you could do with your eyes closed.
Yeah. Just to be able to be in a position where I had a good job.
Siobhan.
A very good job.
Siobhan, your sister suggested you becoming a bus driver. What was your first reaction to her suggestion?
So prior to that...
What was that about?
prior to that, I had gone into deep depression. That's why she suggested that to me. So I had wanted to do end of life for myself. It got that bad. It got that dark, where I was sitting down one day. I was laying in bed one day, and I came across an Instagram post, and the girl was absolutely beautiful. Like, she was stunning, beautiful girl. I'll never forget her face. And I said, oh, let me see like what's happening. Like, I was just being curious. And it so happened that she had taken her own life. And in that moment, like, a normal rationale would be, oh, that's sad. Like, why would she do this? Like, my prayers go out for her family. My rationale at that time was, if she had so much things going for her, and she is so beautiful, she was doing, like, on her page, you could tell if she was traveling, she had a good job, she had all the things happening for her, and she took her own life. Why am I still here? That was my rationale. And it was a case where I was like, no, I don't need to be here. I looked at my son, he was sleeping. I said, I can't give you anything. So let me do you a favor. And I went to my nan's room and I saw all these tablets, medication. She had moved downstairs at this time. And I was like, because of my nursing background, I know exactly what to do, and I'll just go to sleep and I just wouldn't wake up. And I had my phone in my hand and I had called my mum. I remember calling my mum and I was crying, and I was like, because I felt like there was a tug of war happening with my chest. It was like, I'm going to, but I'm not going to. And then my mum prayed. She prayed for me. And I put the phone down. Then my pastor came later on in the day. And it was this very coldness I had. And I remember it very, very distinctively. I was very cold, very respectful, but very, very cold. And my pastor looked at me and we went for a walk. I love my pastor, Apocalypse. He was amazing. And he looked at me and he said, so what happens? You're valuable, you're da-da-da-da. He was speaking life into me. And he looked at me and said, what will happen with Rajon? And I remember looking him dead in his eyes. And I said, I cannot give him anything. He's better off, he'll be fine. My mum's there, his granddad there, his auntie's there. He's got cousins. He's actually going to grow better without me. And that was the thought process. I was in deep depression. And then 3 days later, my sister calls me. And she's like, Shiv, my sister's someone who's she's going to, even if you're depressed or whatever, she's going to be chirpy on the phone. She's not going to feed into your depression. She's just going to be, it can be annoying at times. So she's like, sis, just become a bus driver, man. Bearing in mind, my sister has been a bus driver at that time for 18 years. She was a bus driver for a very long time. And I was like, no, I don't want to be a bus driver. I want to be a bus driver. She's like, just do it. Just become a bus driver. You just got your license last year. Just do bus driving. Okay. So
did you surprise yourself when you actually stepped into that role?
Yeah, 100%. Because it's not what I wanted to do at all. And I surprised myself, the fact that I even passed my bus driving license. That was a surprise in itself. And the reason why that's powerful for just those people listening out there is what happened is your sister helped you to meet a level where you can just get back on the ladder to life. So just for those people out there who are listening in, oh my gosh, why did that happen? What happened is your sister just helped you to just find one spark that can generate another spark. It wasn't, let's look at being a brain surgeon again. It was just, let's get you out of bed. Would you say that's correct? Yeah. Come out of this darkness. We just want to get you out of this darkness. Yeah. And sorry, go ahead. Exactly I just want to point out for those people listening. Yeah, and it's very true. That's exactly what it was. Is let's just get you out of this darkness. Let's just get you out. And when because obviously with bus driving, you have to go training school for 6 weeks. And I had purpose again. Waking up early in the morning, going there, coming back. I had a uniform. I had purpose. My son was proud. And then when I had qualified and when I had got my certificate and my bus driving license, it was the best 8 years of my entire life because my son was proud of his mum. I would bring him on the bus trips with me. Great, go upstairs. Go sit in this seat so I can see you in my camera. Driving in the bus, big announcement. Rajon, are you okay? Everyone's looking at me like I'm just strange. I'm like, don't worry, guys. Worry, guys. I'm just talking to my son. My son's upstairs, and everyone just started laughing. And it's just he would come I would do the 43 trip from Fernham Barnet to London Bridge. And that whole trip, he would come with me and he would sit on the bus and he would do his homework if it's school holidays. And I was proud because I was able to give him something. So I was able to give him, I felt like me having this job, I was able to give him life again because I'm not depressed anymore. I found my feet now. Bus drivers get paid every Friday and we get good pay. And I'm very hard working, so I did overtime. So it's I was able to give him everything and more. Right. Everything and more.
Siobhan, we're coming up to that all-important community break. When we come back, we'll talk some more, okay?
Okay.
Okay.